Yesterday, Instagram announced IGTV, which is now where you can go to watch longer format vertical videos continuously. And everybody seems to think that it's going to take on YouTube, which I think is bananas, but stick around as I explain why. First off, let me make it clear that these are just my opinions from a creator standpoint, because I think it's very important to be able to differentiate creating content for a social media platform like IGTV and creating content for a search engine like YouTube. Now, this isn't just going to be relevant for content creators, it's going to be very relevant for viewers as well, because ultimately, viewers are the ones that decide what content is successful on one platform or another. During the IGTV keynote, they mentioned that they have a saying at Instagram, and it's to do one thing and one thing really well, which I think is hilarious because if anybody has an identity issue, it's Instagram. They started out as a scrolling app for square photos that were in chronological order. Then they introduced different size photos. Then they introduced video. Then they upped the limit from 15 seconds to a minute. Then they changed their algorithm to be not in chronological order. Then they took on Snapchat with Instagram Stories. Now they want to be a TV platform. So what is that one thing that they're trying to do really well? It's not very clear. They're a social media network, but beyond that, I don't really know. Now, I know it just sounds like I'm poking fun at Instagram, but I think these are really important things to consider. Here at Ninth Ave Studio, one of our biggest ongoing projects is a project called High Sessions. It's a YouTube channel. I think we have like 200,000 subscribers, maybe 6 to 7 million views a month. So it's not the biggest channel ever, but you know, people watch it. What we're able to do is create a very specific product, which was music videos, and then we built a brand identity around that. And now we're the biggest provider of music video content in the entire state of Hawaii. The only way that can happen is if you have a stable platform. If you don't know what I mean by platform, YouTube is a platform for searching and discovering videos. Snapchat is a platform for viewing short-form, spontaneous content. iTunes is a platform for music. So YouTube has been refining and really getting good at the one thing that they do well, whereas Instagram, I feel like, has just been changing and evolving. As a creator, I think it's a pretty volatile creative space to be in. Instagram claims that IGTV was created for higher quality video content, which makes sense. I mean, at the rate that we click through our stories, it's hard to imagine lingering on any one video for more than 15 seconds, unless it provided some sort of deeper value to me. And for the most part, higher quality video is created by experienced content creators. But one of the challenges is the vertical video format. As a filmmaker, I can tell you that you can't just convert any one of your videos into a vertical video format. I mean, you can, but cutting out 3/4 of your shot isn't exactly ideal. The standard landscape video format isn't going anywhere. I can guarantee you that. It is and always will be the most natural and instinctual way to view something. Your eyes are shaped horizontally. They're placed on the left and right side of your head, not the top and the bottom. When you have a conversation with somebody, you speak to them in front of you, usually not on top of you. Most people can rotate their head about 80 degrees left and right, but they can only tilt their head about 45 degrees up and down. Even the featured creator that Instagram brought up during the keynote had a video playing in the background that he had posted of two of his friends dancing with him, and they were awkwardly scrunched up next to each other trying to fit themselves in the frame, and half the time like half their faces were cut off. It just didn't look very good. So creators who are already invested in traditional landscape video platforms aren't going to just start mounting their cameras vertically to create content for a new platform that's frankly unproven. The only camera that I've ever owned that's made to shoot vertical video is my iPhone and the DJI Mavic Pro, but I don't think that really counts. All I'm saying is it's that much more work to mount your camera vertically. And once you've done that, you're committed. You've pretty much abandoned the idea of making a horizontal video that can be shown on most screens out there that can't be just simply turned to the side, which God forbid you turn your phone to the side because it's the most uncomfortable and unnatural thing ever. The other thing that made me laugh was during the keynote behind the speakers, they had 5 different vertical screens that were all bunched up to make one widescreen. But they only ended up using the one middle screen to show off all the content, which looked super goofy. But that should have been a pretty good indication that maybe this vertical video thing might be a bit of an uphill battle. Vertical video to me is like when you're in grade school in art class and your teacher goes, okay, we're gonna make paintings, but you can only use orange and green ink. Now, it's fun and you'll probably get some really cool results, but in the end, it's still a limitation. So I find it highly unlikely that IGTV is somehow gonna sway these content creators that are invested in other platforms and bring them over to create that same content on IGTV. I really don't think that they're gonna be able to take on YouTube, and maybe they're not meant to. I think the type of content that we're gonna start seeing on IGTV is gonna be its own specific thing. Now, there are a lot of creators out there who are heavily invested in the Instagram ecosystem, and IGTV is probably the perfect thing to help them broaden their horizons with longer form vertical videos. And I think that's great, but for everybody out there that's saying, oh, YouTube, they gotta watch out because now IGTV is coming, I don't buy that. The only people who have a real incentive to build their IGTV channel are those who have a really large following already. Think about it. If I'm a new content creator and I'm trying to decide what platform to invest in, IGTV is going to be very difficult and risky. Because first off, the only way to get discovered is to get on the good side of their godforsaken algorithm and somehow beat out these already established channels for screen space on a device that's the size of your palm. Not to mention the only thing that you can search for on IGTV is users, so you can't search for keywords, no hashtags, no titles, no topics. Another thing that would scare me about Instagram is the fact that you never know what they're gonna do next. They're extremely volatile, they keep adding more and more features, getting more and more complex. Right now, IGTV is made for longer form vertical videos, but who knows what it's gonna be a year from now. Now, I can't say one thing about Instagram and IGTV that give it a leg up, and it's that they're a highly diversified, contained social media platform, which can be great for marketing. For one thing, the shareability factor is through the roof. It's so easy to share content with your friends. The second thing is that it is complex, which in this case is a good thing. There's so many tools that you can use to create your brand and identity, from easily consumable photos to behind the scenes 15-second stories. Then you got 1-minute video trailers, and now you can put full episodes up on IGTV. There's so much you can do, but it's all dependent on you posting and uploading content consistently in order to stay relevant. And that is really what it comes down to, is that on social media, you're creating content for an audience that just needs something to stimulate their mind temporarily. And that's why the overwhelming majority of views always comes within the first couple days. But on YouTube, you can create a video that circulates for years because it's purposeful content that people are actively seeking out. We have a video that's been up for 5 years now, and every month it still gets over 300,000 views. And that's because it has inherent value, and people can discover it at any time. It's not dependent on being at the top of your feed. So unless Instagram radically changes the way that users discover content, I don't think it can compete with YouTube, and I don't think it should, because for the most part, they're completely different things. Now, there might be a day when something comes along and does take over YouTube as the dominant source of video content, but for now, I don't think IGTV is it. Anyway, I know this was a long video, but apparently I had a lot to say. If you guys have your own opinions, or even if you disagree with me, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. In the meantime, I'm Kaviko with 9th Ave Studio, signing off for today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Shoots!